to start the record. I just started the recording for the curriculum committee meeting. We're going to call the meeting to order March 2nd, 2023 at 2:45 p.m. First thing we're going to do, can I have a motion to approve the minutes from February 2nd, 2023?
So moved.
Michael. And a second? Susie, if you look up here, too, I'll be able to see.
Second, John Cody.
John Cody. Okay, all in favor for the approve the minutes, raise your hand, please.
Do we have enough quorum? Oh, the rest are here.
Well, there's 9 online, then there's me, I'm 10.
Okay, we do that.
Antigone's 11.
We do. Okay.
Who else? No, who else is on the curriculum committee?
Farza.
Farza. Are you on the curriculum committee? I don't think so.
I'm not.
We have enough.
Are you a voting member? Denise as well.
Yes. Okay. We're good.
Okay, lower your hands. Any opposed? Thank you. We don't have a lot to vote on, so I know, just bear with me for the next couple of minutes. We don't have a lot to vote on, and then I'm going to demo Watermark. Okay. First item on the agenda. Can I have a motion to approve 23-2 CO2 142 construction contract documents is a deleted course? And who is here to present that? Francis is in the room.
I'm here.
You're in the room. So can I have a motion to approve item 23-2, the deletion of CO2 142?
So moved, John Cody.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Michael and John. Okay, Francis, the content is not in a curriculum, and the topics and topical learning outcomes are being moved to CO2 248.
They were moved 2 years ago.
Okay.
That course was missed in the deletion.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Francis? Okay, all in favor of deletion of CO2 142, please raise your hand.
We're good.
Lower your hands. Any opposed? Thank you. Okay, can I have a motion to approve item 23-3, 23-4, 23-5, their ENT curriculum? Just a motion to approve, please.
So moved.
That was
Second,
Michael.
John Cody.
John Cody, thank you. We have one new curriculum. It is Engineering, Technology, Robotics, Welding, C448Z, 22 credit hours, certificate, 2 semesters, and it has, check my notes real quick, 6 courses, ENT 106, 110, 205, 252, and 2 new courses, which are item 23-4, ENT 209, Robotic Welding Fundamentals, 4 credit hours, 3 lecture, 2 lab, and ENT 211, which is item 23-5, CNC Plasma Fundamentals, 3 total credit hours, 1 lecture, 4 lab. 22 total credit hours for the curriculum. Antigone is here to present this. Speak loudly so the people online can hear you.
Hello, everyone. This is a curriculum that revolves around our FANUC robots that already came in. The idea is to have students who have a robotics background as well as who have a welding background be able to dovetail their coursework into this certificate. So it's a stackable credential. It's not standalone. It will roll into either mechanical design, but more preferably the mechatronics degree.
Okay. 2 degrees. They have the option after this one.
They'll have the option to go 2 ways with the degrees ultimately. It's also great for students who've already gotten their welding certificate or their mechatronics certificate. We get a lot of people back who already are degree individuals in the field, so they're looking for credentialing to support what they're doing in industry. They're already engineers, they're already designers, they're already doing the job. and they're looking to advance themselves because their companies are moving ahead. So these aren't even always ultimately degree-seeking students. These are students who already hold bachelor's degrees, some hold masters. We've had all types of students. And it allows them to advance their companies in the direction of automation, which is becoming ubiquitous in industry in every area, from not just cobot assembly work, but all the way to welding.
Okay. Thank you very much. Does anyone have questions either in the room or online for Antigone? All in favor of items 23-3 through 23-5, please raise your hand. Okay, we're good. Lower your hands. Any opposed? Thank you. That's all we're voting on today. And Antigone should be thanked as well, because she was the first person to submit a new course with Watermark, and we're working through getting Watermark to operate the way we want it to. So we are actually done with new business, and our other item here today is to work through Watermark Live. I know that I've done Watermark with you all since October virtually, but I thought maybe a live session might help. I don't know how great this is going to go, because I don't think the people online can see the board very well. So we're going to try to share screen. And you might, I don't know what you're going to see online, but hopefully it's going to work for you. We're going to try to share the screen for Watermark. While I'm sharing the screen for Watermark, what am I sharing here?
Yeah, no, you.
This one? This one?
Yeah.
This one?
No, that's all. That's a card.
What am I sharing now, though?
Sure.
Yeah. You haven't pulled up Watermark.
No, I don't want to yet. I want to pull up the portal to show people where to get into it.
Yeah, so they.
So can people online see?
So far, so good.
Okay, thank you, and I'm glad I can hear you too. Two things that Watermark is working on right now, and as we use the program, we start to find out more and more how we have to tailor it to fit our needs. So thank you for your patience in working through this. Antigone submitted a new course, and we fixed a few things already based off of her experience with it, and that will probably be ongoing the rest of the spring. We'll find problems, we'll fix them. So when you do find a problem, those of you online or here, email Susie and I, and Sarah can begin to help us as well. Sarah Brown, the new curriculum director. Thank you for joining us today. So let's say, the first thing Watermark is working on, add a comment. Susie and I realized that the add a comment function wasn't working in December. We contacted them in December. It's now 2 months later. They still haven't fixed the problem. Every week I send them an email saying, provide me an update of where we are with this add a comment feature. It's not fixed yet. We know it's not fixed, but it has to be, okay, for us to be able to review items as a committee and technical review. For now, we didn't have a lot of items, luckily, this March. We will have more in April. I've got EDUs and I've got business coming through, I know for sure. If you see something glaring, or do you have something coming through as well?
I have 8 courses coming in, but the code is not in the engineering, EGR.
Is that a new code, Susie?
I think yes.
Okay.
So Susie was kind
So,
enough.
okay. So if we're reviewing online items in Watermark for now, we're going to have to do emails. I hope maybe add a comment will magically appear to be working by next week, but we will see. So here's where we're going to log in, and then I will walk you through this. But raise your hand, because I've done this since October, every month but January. So I'm doing the same story once again. If you're in the portal, you should log in through the portal, because you have to be logged into Triton in order for the Watermark to work. You can't copy the link and just log in from any computer. So it doesn't even work if you bookmark it very well.
Right.
So you're going to go to faculty resources and then curriculum and Watermark Connect down here. And it should log you in automatically. I think I'm in the portal. Watch, I can't log in as I'm trying to do the demo.
They may not be seeing your screen now because you're on a different tab.
I can't log in anyway.
You're already in the portal.
Well, I'm in there.
Can they see the drawing?
Well, I'm in here. We'll see
No,
if
but you shared the curriculum tab.
Right, you gotta go change your view
You gotta change.
for the share, yeah. So stop that one.
sharing.
There you go.
now what do I gotta do?
Curriculum strategy.
But every time you open the new one, I think it's gonna flip.
Okay. So online people, you can see this okay?
Yes.
Okay. Hopefully this works, because I don't know if it logs me in properly. As you can see, if you're not logged into the portal properly, this isn't my home computer. Otherwise, it automatically logs me in at my house or my office or my laptop. Once you're in, it'll automatically log you in through the portal. Go ahead.
That login sign, even after you're logged in, it keeps coming up.
For you?
Mhm.
Okay.
For me as well.
So
So,
that's why you
I
think
think
you're
that's
not
what my
logged in.
email was the other day to you.
well, were you able to work with it and it just, or not
Yeah.
work with it?
I was able to work with it,
But it's
still
not
not log in, and it keeps giving in order to work on the items, log in.
And then you just clear out of it and you can still work?
I couldn't.
You couldn't.
I would get the same message and I would clear out of it and it wouldn't give me the submit button or anything, so I couldn't do anything.
So here's the one thing that we found, Susie and I, is it clearing the history, Susie?
The cash
Clearing your cache,
in your history.
I did it twice
And
and
it
it
still
I was
did
on
it.
the phone with Susie, I did it twice and it still wouldn't do it.
And I'll warn you, the other thing is, when you go to change your password for Triton, it's going to not work very smoothly the first time you try to log in with the new password. If you try to change, I dread changing my password for multiple reasons, because sometimes the portal and the email don't accept it, and then Watermark sometimes doesn't accept it either. I don't have a solution to that other than,
I have changed my password to the same password, and Triton has accepted.
oh really? I'm gonna try that next time. So we say, I don't have a solution to that, but Susie and I will look into the issues. Hopefully I could demo this fine today, but we'll look into the issues with Watermark and ask them, here Susie, like we'll send them the screenshot and say, what is this? Because I'm logged into the portal, so I should have immediate access
I can review
without a problem.
the materials, but I can't just look at it.
Okay. All right, we'll send a Watermark support to see why that is. Because clearly I'm on a new computer, it doesn't know who I am either, even though I'm in the portal. Okay, well let's hope that this works here.
It's supposed to be single sign-on, is that why you're saying that? Okay.
All right, in the system here, we have 4 documents that we're working with as a curriculum committee. The information on the 4 documents really has not changed since we used the old Word documents. So we still have a curriculum form, same exact thing as Word document, it's now on Watermark. The second form is called course form, third form is called master syllabus. Combined, the course form and the master syllabus combined make up the old course outline. So all the information that was on the old course outline is now divided up into course form and master syllabus. Okay. Think of the course form as information from the course outline that's published in the catalog. All the important stuff like the title, the credit hours, learning outcomes, and course description. The master syllabus, think of it as topics, topical learning outcomes, and some assessment information, instructional strategy information. Items that would not necessarily be in a public catalog. But both of those things have to be submitted to the state. The course form and the master syllabus are what we submit to the state. We also submit them to our universities for transferability, for articulations, and then accrediting bodies for some particular curriculums need accreditation standards. They have to submit that as well. And the fourth form is a sectional syllabus. A sectional syllabus pulls everything off of the course form master syllabus, and then you get to add your personal information such as your name, your office, your phone numbers, emails, things like that. That's what's handed or posted for a student to see. So on day one, if you have an online class and you click syllabus, it's really a sectional syllabus is what the student's seeing. Or you're in the classroom and you hand out the syllabus, it's really a sectional syllabus is what they'll be seeing. Okay, so again, I know that there's maybe a question in the chat room, but 4 forms: curriculum form, course form, master syllabus, go together, and then the sectional syllabus. Those are the 4 forms on Watermark. Let me check if there was a question. It's about login again. I'm going to try to make this work without dealing with the login any longer.
And what I put in the chat is that I see that every time, and if I just click the login button, it logs me in. I don't have to put the credentials. I don't understand why I have to click login, but it doesn't make me enter any credentials, and then I am logged in, if that makes sense.
That's what happens to me sometimes, I think, on my laptop. But there are some people shaking their head that they get that error message. So
if you have another window opened up on a different computer, it won't let you log in from 2 instances.
okay. I don't know if I'm logged in anywhere else.
Before coming here, I actually had to shut down the window.
Yeah.
Office computer.
Oh, okay.
Log in. Here, it lets me log in.
It's like trial and error with Watermark, really.
On the same computer. What about on the same computer? If you have 2 windows, does it not give you?
It still gives you an issue.
Well, I've worked with 2 windows on Watermark. One assessment window and 1 curriculum window, and I was fine. I was fine. It really is, honestly, it's trial and error with Watermark. Watermark does not have a handbook to hand to me and say, this is how it works. Because we're unique. We're the only one like this. Susie and I built it from scratch, and we are not computer programmers, believe me. So I'm laughing at myself because I'm shocked that I did what I did, but I still don't know what I did. Anyway, let's go back to the 4 forms, okay? So you'll see on these tabs here on the left side, we have a curriculum management tab and a syllabus management tab. 2 forms are in each. So under the curriculum management tab, we have course forms and curriculum forms. The blank forms are at the top. So if you're going to submit an item, a new item, a revised item, or a delete item, you use the tabs at the top. These items down here are for review. So if you're in technical review committee or curriculum committee, you'll be reviewing these items under here where it says curriculum dashboard. Okay, so we'll get to the review in a moment. Let's just look at if I was submitting a new item. So it looks like there's 6 forms there. It really is only 2 forms. It's a curriculum form with a new, revise, and delete. And then it's a course form with the new, revise, and delete. And again, really, it's the same information that was on the Word documents. It's just now online. So if I want to revise a curriculum or create a new curriculum, I will click on that particular. Here's new, here's revise, and here's delete. And then click on the revise. And from this point, I really think it's self-explanatory from this point. The only thing I would say is, if you have a certificate, they're all in applied sciences. Okay. Even though I think we think applied sciences as these fields, you can see the titles right there. If you're in arts and sciences and it's a certificate, it's going to be under applied, even though in our minds it's arts and science.
Biology one, right?
Hmm?
The biology one? That's biology.
That could be another one, right?
I just think of that, I just associate it with the associate in applied science. You know, that's what helps me remember that that's where they are.
Okay. I'm thinking, I'm just going to try to open one of mine because that's what I'm familiar with. Please log in. Okay. Well, it opens up anyway. All right, so if this is a revised curriculum form, I will read the fields and fill in what needs to be filled in. A lot of it will auto-populate from the catalog on the curriculum form. So you're looking here like where does some of this information already come from? It's pulling from the catalog, what's already in the catalog. So Susie had to create fields in the catalog to feed this form. Did I hear like a question?
Is that we don't see it, so I don't know if it opened up.
You opened up a new tab.
Did I? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I did. Okay.
There is a way to share
Just
your
your
screen
yeah.
as opposed to the
Yeah.
tab.
Say it
And
again.
then
So hit stop sharing and then we just share the
your
screen.
screen, not your tab.
Entire screen.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's what you pick.
So will this I could toggle them between?
Yeah.
Perfect. Can you see now? Online people?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So what are your questions on this? And then, we'll notice perhaps like that we need a new field or we don't need a field and we'll make adjustments. Right now, the program outcomes are kind of listed in a section title and then the program outcomes. And I'm not liking that, so I'm going to make a field that specifically says, put your program outcomes here and then list them all. So that's not inadvertently missed. Or you see how these are specific fields. They say exactly what to put in there. I want one for program learning outcomes. Anything with the red and the little asterisk, you got to do it. It won't save if you don't fill these in. So if I forgot to fill that in and I tried to save and submit, it won't work. You have to provide your rationale, and you could, if needed, do an upload, a file upload. Okay. So that would be revised curriculum. When you find, if there is issues, let me know. Go ahead.
On the revised curriculum,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
when we have, like we need to upload advisory minutes and those, is that what that upload is for?
Mhm.
Okay.
And I believe you could. I believe you could do as many as you need to. Attach
Okay,
file.
so it doesn't care.
Okay. That was easy. I'm sweating this. This gotta work. No, I got some. Thank you. Did anybody else have a question on the curriculum forms?
Well, I'm trying to figure out, because I want to delete one, it's required classes and make a la carte electives. Because the renewable energy was written really tight, and I don't want it that way. I want to give them more flexibility, and maybe I need to sit with you, because I've not seen how to do that on this form.
There is a way, and I think I have it. And why I went back to mine is I think I have it as well. Oh my gosh, see how much stuff there is? I'm gonna not have to exercise my arm after this. Keep going. Sit down. Let's go over here. I'm looking for my electives.
So I could change the requirements with elective.
Right. See here it says, take, this is
the part I have trouble with, because it's so long, and I can't go back and see.
I'm just gonna try to open up a smaller one. You might see it better if I do it this way.
Do a preview.
You can, what it's gonna look like in the catalog.
Yeah, can you show her the preview?
Yeah, I'm just opening a smaller one so I don't have to flip through all that. So for
I
my
need to print out the previews.
mini certificate, here's the program map. It says take 3 elective hours, and then I list all the electives down here. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll just do program electives, and then.
There should be a
and then I
field
can
here.
delete the required lessons and throw them into program electives.
Yeah, if you want to delete something, watch. If I wanted to delete this, I could hit just the delete button.
Because what they had in there was rhetoric 1 and 2 and speech, and I want to do 2 or speech.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So
You can do that. You would delete what you don't want, and then here you can add a course. So I don't know if this thing's.
how do you do an either or, like rhetoric 1 or 2 or when they're both required, and I want to delete one? I want to make them either or.
We want to force it,
On board, you go to the course,
because that course list didn't look like it out loud.
it's under NAR. It's no, it has all the other.
Are you going to be around for a few minutes? Because I can get started on it.
You could do it, for sure. You could just add like, there's a line that says add 3 elective hours, or add 5 elective hours. We have so many.
It's the elective, but I want, you know how with the AAS, I just do 1 or 2 or.
It's under the NAR prefix.
Okay.
Okay, so
Not all of it. Right. Yeah. That's what that-
MAR, not all required. MAR, not all required. So you could list everything, and they have to just specify.
Let me move on to the course form then. I don't think this thing is working perfectly for me. This is delete a course. I don't know. Course, let's do revised course form. Revised course form. We're gonna pick what course you want to revise. And I just will show you the fields. Now, I mentioned to you before, and you should already know where this is at. I have a document in Black. We're still maintaining the Blackboard shell for the curriculum committee. So you can log into Blackboard. It's still in the old version. I'll get it to Ultra soon. In the left-hand column of the Blackboard curriculum shell is watermark training. Click on that, and there's a bunch of documents. One of them is called watermark tips. It lists the name of the 4 forms and every field that's in each form. So if you are confused as to where do I put the topics, where do I put the course description, you could look at that and find the field you're trying to update and then see what form it's in, and then change it from there. Okay. So here's the course form and self-explanatory which fields are on there. But again, the most important things that are published in a catalog are on this course form. Okay. This is auto-populating from the catalog as well. So when you log into your course, you'll see a lot of it is already done. So that's the good news. You want to change something, you could delete words, you could add words. Every single time, just make sure you click save and then submit. If you are a faculty member, you're going to click save and submit one time. If you are a department chair, then you're going to click save and submit as a submitter, and then you have to approve again as a department chair. So you're going to do it twice. So if you only do it once, it's going to be stuck at the department chair level, and it won't get to the D. So we've got, if you're a department chair, save and submit twice, or save and approve, okay? If you're a faculty submitter, you just do it once, and then your department chair will handle it from there. Go ahead.
So for my deleted course, I probably got 10 emails about where this was.
Mm-hmm. No, the emails are not even supposed to be on right now. I don't get any emails actually right now. So randomly, did you get emails? Randomly, we found people that are getting emails. I'm not getting any emails.
They're all coming.
I get emails.
That will be worked out hopefully within several months, another semester, maybe in summer.
5 years.
I thought that was a good thing, it's not?
To have so many emails?
Well, not to have so many emails, but once I got it, I was like, oh, it's working. So
Yeah.
it was prompting me to go look.
Yeah.
Yes, no.
No, we want that. But what's happening now is like you're getting emails, but I'm not. Maybe she is, but he's not. It's random.
Good cleaning up the master syllabus.
Yeah. So we didn't turn on all email notifications yet because some of the items that you'll see in here are not going through curriculum review, that we don't want you to review them. We didn't want you to review all 900 master syllabus that we just copied and pasted from the Word. So that's why we didn't turn them on for everyone. Eventually, we'll clear that out. By the end of summer, that's all going to be done. And if the people didn't update their master syllabus or course form by then we're not going to have it at Triton College anymore. But when we start fresh in fall, it should the only items there should be items that we have to vote on as a curriculum committee, not copied and pasted items from Word documents. So that's why we didn't officially turn on the emails, but some of you still are getting them somehow. Course form. What are your questions on that, if any? Right? And if it's not working great, we'll get it to work great. None of these fields are new, but I mean, if you don't understand, and the same thing, if you're a dean or department chair and your faculty aren't understanding what they are, then let us know. Or typically once a semester, I run a curriculum workshop in here that just doesn't necessarily talk about how to operate Watermark, but just talks about what is the course description, what is the learning outcome, and things like that. Did you have a question?
So this was revising a course.
This is revise a course, yeah.
When you started in the drop-down menu, I could see engineering EGR.
Okay.
Can you go back to like new course? New or activate course form? Deactivate course form?
So Do you want,
So subject code, do you see EGR?
yeah, so you're saying it's not here? This is asking me to log in again. This is driving me crazy too. You're saying your code's not showing up?
It's not showing.
Okay.
It shows up in master syllabus, it shows up in revising a course, but it doesn't show up in reacting to it. So
But it is showing up in master?
it's showing up in master syllabus.
And it's not showing up in.
You just tried it.
Did I hit, oh, I hit new.
That's what he was saying though.
Well, if it's a new code that's not showing up, then we'll just tell Susie. And you could get that added, correct? If we have to email Watermark in order to do that, we can.
Did you fill out the new master syllabus?
I mean, all the information is in there, right? I entered all the information that I could without picking the code. So master syllabi I have all filled out. So that side is fine. It's just that when I try to pick the code for reactivating the code, so it doesn't show me EGR. It shows EGR under revision, revising the course option, but not under the new or reactivating option.
Yeah, that's we have to work on now because in order for the master syllabus to pick out the course information, even for a new course, I have to add that course into the catalog.
I know Susie wanted me to preview, if you're working on a curriculum and you want to preview what it looks like, hopefully this will let me do it. It's saved. You could click this. I was hoping that, just for the heck of it, I'm going to do this and see if it works. Yeah, I'm not in the system of Watermark. It's got to be something with the history of this thing that's not letting me log in. Well, if you are working on a curriculum, let's see if it does this. You could click that preview button, and then you'll get what the catalog page will look like. I'm on a delete course right now. This is delete course. Let's see if I can do a curriculum. Let's see if we can pull up the preview of Antigone's new curriculum.
That'll look nice.
Yeah.
Just did it. That's what I meant by we directly impact the.
So then you can see what it would look like in a catalog page. So we were on these, the ones that were completed,
Can you show them that one little language that we
and
have?
just click preview, and then the window will open.
Can you show them that language that you guys were kind enough to add?
I don't remember, tell me.
Near the top, right there, it says, please note, right, you see where it says,
Courses may be taken out of semester sequence to accommodate your schedule as long as the required prerequisites have been successfully completed. You could put all kinds of notes in here. With when you're on your proposal, there are fields
can we, like the
where you
title
could add
change,
things.
the title change where it says, program map for students, you see how it says semester one?
Yeah.
Say suggested semester one, and instead of having fall, take the fall out.
Yeah, I think you could do that. It's not letting me because it's blocking me from logging in. But honestly, I think you could do that. I think you could write anything you need in here.
Because if we use that would help that part-time student.
And the other thing is you can add more. Like see, add course requirements. You can add another field to write a note. Go ahead.
Is there a way to put, when courses are offered, because I have many that are just fall, many that are just spring?
That'd be nice.
I don't know if you want to put that on your catalog page. I mean, I can't say no to you.
No, how do I do it?
How do you do it?
Manually right now. That's what I did. When I did a fade out initially.
You could probably put a table on the bottom. to do
Put
that.
it in comments, there's that,
Because that would help people when they're trying to register my students, because they do a 2-year plan for them, and then I have to redo it
Okay.
all wrong.
Right, so if we did, that might be the solution to the conversation that I've even
Right.
had with admissions, where we're trying to make it more student-centered in how the language is. And since what we do now in curriculum literally does impact the catalog directly,
Right.
it's a net positive way of solving our collective, concerns of our students.
So what's the preferred way to do it? Table at the bottom, or?
I don't think we have anything in the catalog right now, so you guys, we could discuss this. It would be the first time.
I'd like you guys
Uh-huh.
to decide, or maybe.
Well, I mean, if you want to add a course note, and then you could create tables. So,
Can we do it to mine, just as a guinea pig?
yeah, if it would let me log in. It's not letting me log in.
So maybe
Yours
mine
is,
is the
see
guinea
that
pig.
note, I see now it's under course description.
Exactly, it's just an idea. That was our little attempt.
But you can add any of these field boxes, and you could create tables to add, and then preview it and see if you like where it's at.
Right.
I just have a question.
Go ahead.
As a new person here, is this the committee that makes that decision, or is there some other body here that regulates what the catalog has to look like?
I would say the committee.
Oh, interesting.
Well, I mean, we had a committee. What was it called, Susie? Shelley, is Shelley in here?
Yes.
We had a committee that designed what this page looked like.
Pathways.
The guided
Guided Pathways Committee.
Well,
But there's no one.
yes, but no, this is, yes, but no.
So you're the person who's talking.
Yes, but no, to which question?
Yes, the Guided Pathways Committee created the look of program maps. What then came of Watermark was not what we originally designed, and it had to be adjusted to format what Watermark is.
Okay.
So I know it was still some changes, but overall, yes. It was, yes.
So you could use mine as I think that language is just a step in the right direction, but I agree that it would benefit our students collectively, how we talk.
If you want to put a table of this course is offered every semester, this course is offered in spring. I mean, I don't know how long you want your page to be, but.
Well, I was thinking of putting it into the line items.
Into each course?
Right, that's
where it would be ideal.
That's how I would.
Spring only, fall only.
Right.
Then we would
and
have
what
to
I would
adjust the table.
Right, I would say suggested semester schedule one.
Well, we're gonna move on from that
Yeah.
topic right now, but you know what we'll do? We can put that on the agenda as another item for next month, and if you guys want to be creative and show us a couple examples, we can look at them. Okay? Whether it's at the bottom or on adjusting this. Okay? So let's move on to other questions about Watermark. So if, and I'll bring up Antigone's courses again here. She was creating a new course. You have to remember, if you're creating a new course, it has to have a new course form and a new master syllabus, because they work together. You can't submit one without the other if it's new. Okay? If it's a revised course and you're only revising the course description, then all you have to do is submit a revised course form. You don't necessarily have to submit that revised master syllabus. Or if you're just updating a topic without changing anything on the course form, then just submit your master syllabus. You don't have to submit both, unless you're changing fields on both, if it's a revise. If it's a new, obviously, you have to submit a new course form, a new master syllabus form. And we learned the hard way that you can't submit a new course form and a new master syllabus simultaneously. We, as the curriculum office, Susie, had to approve the new course form for order to it to auto generate the ability to create a new master syllabus for that course. So Susie went in and approved the new master syllabus, the new course form without publishing it to the catalog, and then Antigone was able to create a new master syllabus form.
Yeah.
And we told Watermark we wanted it simultaneously. We sent them a work email last week, and they said they can't do it. that we have to go about this backwards way of doing it. For now, we're trying to get as much functioning as possible, and then I'm going to bring that up in the future with Watermark again.
So the order of operations now is first do the course form.
Then send a note to Susie to approve it, but not publish. We'll still vote on it at curriculum committee, and then she'll do the final approval.
And then do the curriculum form.
So you have to vote on that at curriculum committee?
No,
Or you can-
no.
Oh, no.
She has ability to not publish it as a final approval until we vote on it, but it'll still allow the master syllabus to be generated.
And then I could do the curriculum.
I'm glad you're all following me.
You can do it the same meeting.
Go ahead.
For us,
Go ahead.
right.
How about the program dependency? Like when you revise your course and there is some program depends on your course, they are the one who's going to be revising the language in their description, like the curriculum wise. I mean, like what is it created with the description to the course? Who's revising?
I'm not understanding the question.
When you make a change in your course, it impacts another
In fact,
curriculum.
another program.
Another program.
All they have to do is change the course number or make sure what your change is aligning with what they need out of that course. So I would have a conversation with
Right.
whoever that is before you make the changes.
Right. And what I've done in the past is, even though it's my course, I might not have every single program that the course is in. So I'll email Susie and say, she has a spreadsheet. What program is this course impacting? And if she could send me that list, and then I'll make sure that the people understand in that particular department. And I've worked with Ally on this, I think. You've worked with me on this with HTH 281. We make sure that we're communicating to make sure that the curriculum that HTH 281 or whatever impacts is still set. And I'll work with that other department to generate solutions as well. If I'm changing a credit hour and she wants her credits to be 30 and I'm going up or down, I'm going to work with them to find solutions. And that might be manipulate an elective hour to adjust an elective hour to still maintain the required courses, or deleting it, right? We get rid of it because you need to update an hour.
Right, yeah. Yeah,
That's fine.
or making it an elective as opposed to part of the program.
But you have to communicate. And now, I mean, I've been here a while, so I pretty much know, but the first time I've gone through it, I had to say, well, give me the names of all the department chairs my course is in. Can Watermark do that in the future? Potentially. That's what we're working towards, is that we have a list of what curriculum this particular course is in. But we're starting at the beginning and then building on that functionality of Watermark. Okay. Go ahead.
Master syllabus. So I was not aware that I had to go and update those. I thought they just populated automatically. Seeing they don't.
Well, some did.
Okay, mine didn't.
On the master syllabus.
Well, it didn't populate like, you know, what I was looking for assessments, right?
Well, yeah. You know what? Watermark messed up something with assessments where we were entering everyone over the last summer when we were copying and pasting, we were entering the numbers, but they weren't saving. And we had to get a hold of Watermark and say, well, we entered all these, how come they're not saving? And they're like, well, Watermark needed to push this button to make it save.
And so since I'm the beginning of the alphabet, I didn't get saved. Okay.
If you did your work early like me, they didn't save. But if you do it now, it will.
Okay. So
Susie just contacted Watermark in February and was like, where's all that we saved? And they said, okay, hold on. And then they did something behind the scenes and all of a sudden it's saving.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to go through all of mine and check because the one I looked at didn't save.
And it was frustrating, as mine as well. And the same thing happened with some recommended instructional strategies. If you did it early like me, it didn't save. Those were the two things that weren't saving, but now they should. And let me move on from that real quick. If you see a modified master syllabus here, all this information is auto-populating from the course form. So you're going to see like a course description or course learning outcomes. It's all coming from that course form. I can't edit it on a master syllabus, but if you need to edit it, you just go to the course form to edit it.
That came out good. It's
Yeah.
The assessments. The other is sometimes I have 30 learning outcomes.
And it's frustrating, yeah, and it's long.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about that individual thing?
I almost want to do this on a separate piece of paper.
Yeah.
And then put it in because it's a pain in the butt.
That's what I did, copy paste.
Now, I went and talked to Watermark when I was at the conference a couple weeks ago.
Did she yell at him for me?
Well, I told him, I said, you know that your two parts don't talk to each
Right.
other.
Okay.
And you've given me twice as much work.
And what did they say?
They don't.
They didn't even know that they don't?
Uh,
Well, they don't.
They did. And then I brought up Farzan's comment, which now is gonna be a pain in the butt for me, of I can't add up the numbers in there. And so I have the name of the guy, he gave me his card, I'll pass it to
Okay.
you. He would.
Where was the conference? I would have gone.
It was the Dream Conference, it was, they were a vendor there.
Oh, okay. I would love to get a hold of them.
Oh, let me.
Because I'm not a computer programmer, but we've asked them every single item you guys have talked about, and I'm willing to listen to them multiple times. Tell me, we've asked them everything that you're saying. It's frustrating.
Where's the card?
We can only hope.
He's got the card.
We can only hope. We keep sending them support, and we don't let up on them. That eventually they'll emerge to have more functionality again. I know it's frustrating. I don't want, as a curriculum committee member or TRC member, I don't want to count these numbers by hand. I don't want to do that. We asked them in development, can you have a summarized table? Can it sum? Can it sum? And they said no.
It doesn't do
They
0.5
said no.
either, like, it doesn't do half, because like, we have a lab class that has 0.5 credits, there's nowhere for you to enter that either.
You can't just put 0.5?
Well, you can, but I'm saying like up there when you're like, you know what I mean, when you're up there, you can't. I don't think so.
This is the summarized tables at the
Oh, the
bottom.
summarized tables, yes, but there's like a part in there where you have to like click on the numbers that like, it's just like, it doesn't let you input it like manually. I emailed you about it. Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember that part.
No, I emailed, well, there was so much communication going back and forth. I just wanted to let you know because when, in our next curriculum meeting, when that curriculum, is up for review, by our committee, that is something I was gonna bring up, was the fact that like, up at the top, the numbers.
It's not letting you put a half
No.
here? Wait, no, that's assessment. It might be a course form. Was it a course form?
No, it was program,
A program.
yeah,
So it would have been here.
yeah, so, yeah.
It's not letting you put a half? Yeah, we might be able to email Watermark and just say add a half. And then
Okay,
they could
yeah.
add that. Or can you add a half? Can you adjust the credit hours here to be able to have a half credit?
Is there a drop down right there?
It is a drop down.
It's a drop down, that's why I can't manually like,
Put it in.
yeah.
Put 0.5.
Okay.
See, we have to make it.
Yeah, because the problem is then when you're, when you create the proposal and people are reviewing it, they're gonna wonder like, oh, why
I'm
do
just
the
gonna
numbers
check one of
not-
mine real
yeah,
quick that is a half and see what
Sure.
it's pulling up for me. These are all great. So again, we'll make this work. It's just gonna take time. See, it does, I have a half lecture here. So I don't know how.
Well, but that's not the drop down though, right?
No, she's talking about program.
Oh, you were talking about curriculum. A curriculum form, not a course
Yes.
form. Okay, in the curriculum form.
Yep.
And you said that, and it just
No.
dawned on me that I had the wrong form here. So it's these ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll add that.
Yeah.
We'll figure out a way to make that
Okay.
work. So when I was showing you these people online, this is how quick my brain works though. These people online are probably dizzy for me going back and forth. I really like the ability for it to pull in from the course form onto a master syllabus and then just add the additional fields. And then if we open the sectional, it will pull in, I don't know if I can find the sectional, but if we open a sectional, it will pull in from the course form and the master. And you just enter your faculty name and email and so forth. I did, it's not going to let me because I'm not logged in. I did create one sectional, but you could do that and you'll see that it pulls everything in and you just add your personalized information for the sectional up here. Go ahead.
Would it be possible to ask Watermark that on the master syllabus form, when we're entering all the tropical learning outcomes, along with the number of hours, if we can like export it as an Excel sheet? Because if we can export it and everything goes into a column, it becomes a lot easier to add up things than trying to just scroll down and
For modify master.
It's already entered into this master syllabus for each course already.
Yeah, but
But
when
I know
you,
you
when
want
you
to be able to
change
manipulate
it,
them, I
yeah.
understand that, yeah.
What, the other is, I just tried to print my one that I have to fix.
And you're printing this.
22 pages
Yeah.
long.
I know.
So I usually give these to a new instructor and say, here's your learning outcomes, and it's not concise like it used to be.
Well, we want the ability for it to print out like this, Susie, eventually. So that, because and one of the goals that we have as a curriculum committee, I'm telling you all that you're on the committee, but Susie and I discussed this week, is we have the course outlines housed in Portal right now. So hopefully when we get them all in the system, we can save it as a PDF and still house them in the portal. So you don't have to log into, I know it's 22 pages, but you don't have to log into Watermark to get it. You could just log into the portal to quickly access your master syllabus.
So it's always going to be 22 pages.
No. We're going to try to make it better.
Okay.
We're going to try to make it better. That's what Watermark is giving me at this point in time. I have asked Watermark, we were in development, 100 times, that I wanted it to look like this.
Yeah.
Let me see, enable editing. That I wanted it to look like this. 150 times. We can't do that. It has to drop down. We can't do that. It has to drop down. They can't do this. But does that mean they won't be able to in the future? Hopefully not. We keep bugging them and saying these are our needs, right? We're paying customers. They have to try to accommodate our needs.
Right. So just keep pushing.
Right. I'm not going to give up on any of these questions, believe me.
I found the name of the guy who was like the person in charge of the people who were at the event, and he can't find the target.
Well, what I can say is, you keep emailing us. We'll keep a list in the curriculum office about updates that we want to make with Watermark. It'll probably be ongoing for long periods of time, but I do feel like we are making progress on updates every week, right? But we just got to keep doing it.
I will say the guy that paid for the name was very interested.
He's going to be our communicator.
In talking to somebody and working with it.
He's going to be the communicator to Watermark. The other thing is, when we interviewed Watermark, was anybody else in the room when we interviewed the companies that we were going to pick? Susie and I were, and a few other individuals, including the assessment committee and the research committee, research department. We all asked them, will they communicate? And they said to us, yes, they will. Will assessment and curriculum communicate? And they said to us, yes, we will. And then we started working on it, and then they said, oh, no, it doesn't. But we're working on it. They did keep saying that always, but we're working on it. So if you want to change a course outcome, we only want to change it once, not have to go and change it in assessment, not have to go change it in curriculum. Because if we don't get that to work properly, we're going to have different outcomes on assessment platform and different outcomes on course.
So right now, how are you verifying, for example, for the courses that you approved today,
Yeah.
that there is an assessment plan?
So Antigone, are you an assessment fellow?
I'm one of them.
Okay,
Yeah.
she's going to verify for me.
I'm gonna run through this. It's going to be, imagine, I'm your guinea pig, so I'm gonna go through all of this.
Yeah.
That's right.
But you haven't taken that to the assessment committee
No,
yet.
no, I
So-
haven't
So it's
processed
okay, the way the procedure is, it's okay to approve the course without it having an assessment plan
Plan.
right now? Okay.
It's brand new, so it's a new curriculum.
So what would happen at this point in time is if we were operating normally with an assessment committee is we would enter the program on the Watermark curriculum side. The assessment committee would upload the courses on the assessment platform, and then the assessment fellow would be responsible for entering the plan and doing the assessment. But the courses have to be entered, and the curriculum has to be entered on the assessment platform of Watermark. And there'll be a little login box up here. It'll be like 6 dots up here to switch to the assessment platform. The assessment chair was responsible for adding the program and adding the courses onto the assessment platform, and then the fellow is responsible for entering the plan.
So it might be just something to think about in the future to have the assessment plan set before the committee approves the curriculum and the program. Because then it's just streamlined and it can be ready to go.
They don't talk to each other.
Yeah, they're right on the.
No, I understand that. I mean, but the individual person who's proposing it has the assessment plan set, the assessment committee approves that at the same time that this committee is approving the curriculum.
We can't,
Portion of it.
we can't because the courses don't exist, the program doesn't exist to put into the other section.
Until it gets approved by the state. Right?
Mechanically, it doesn't physically.
Until she publishes it to the catalog,
Correct.
the program won't exist until she publishes it.
The logic in the
Well,
system is flawed.
When we vote here as well, it's not, when we vote here, it's not the final approval either. It has to go to Senate, then the board, then the state. So we can't publish it till it goes to the state.
And it doesn't get assessed until it exists.
Well, no, it wouldn't be assessed, but the plan would exist before it goes even to the Senate, so the Senate could see.
I agree with
Oh,
you.
these are married
They
together.
didn't do it, no, that's not how the mechanical part of the system works. Because it didn't pre-exist. We didn't do it that way to begin with. But
I
the
think what
system
she's
doesn't.
saying though is.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like we're here,
I agree.
your course was just approved, but it was approved without an assessment plan.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, and that's kind of a concern.
Right, the system doesn't physically accommodate that.
Maybe it might be useful, without adding too much work, to just kind of have a different way. Maybe the assessment committee could approve an assessment plan, store it in Blackboard, and then once it's entered into this part, and then it can be put into the assessment part, it can just be uploaded there after the fact or something. Just so it doesn't get dropped along the way, and we forget to do that, and then,
We don't assess everything all the time,
right.
so it might not even be in the hot right that time.
Well, I would say the assessment committee, we could definitely bring this topic to them of when the plan needs to be created for new programs and new courses.
And maybe that already exists, and I just am not aware of it yet.
Right.
It doesn't.
Okay.
Did you have another question?
So I was saying that, the courses could be proposed by different faculty members, but we have only certain faculty members. So if we have, for example, 8 professors for chemistry, and only one of them is the fellow. So whenever the course is approved, then that information should be forwarded to the fellow, so that it can be entered on the assessment side.
After we approve, after the ICCB comes back with the approval, we forward it to the assessment committee?
And only then that course would get populated.
Eventually, they'll all be populated, right? Now we have courses, and I'll tell you this, Sarah, we have courses on campus right now that are not on the assessment platform because the assessment chair was putting them on there, and so that's no longer happening. So we have to have somebody start putting them on there again, so that they're assessed. And then, like again, we've only worked on the platform for assessment for about a year now. We still have more to go. We still have to build more courses in there. And then eventually they'll all be there, and we only got to deal with the new ones. But right now, there's some missing from a lot of departments. Yeah. And I know that we were asking the assessment chair which courses are on there, which aren't, and that work just stopped right now. Yeah. So for review purposes, I'm hoping to show you a little bit here, briefly, if it will work for me without being logged in. if I was to go ahead, if you're in TRC and CCC, this is how you're going to review. What I do is I go by date. I go to descending, and that'll tell me the latest submissions. And then we can see in here, like, some of these items will be going to April. I think what month I'm in. Some of these items will be going to April. But if I hit descending, then it tells me, you know, these are the latest ones. Because we still have some on here, and you could drop down. We still have some on here that, you know, we did earlier this month or the preceding month. So it went back there. So yeah, here, descending. Apply for descending. Like down here, these we voted on, like, I think some of these we voted on in January. I mean in December.
Those are missing CLOs.
Yeah. So I will alert you over the next few months which items you have to review for TRC and CCC, because it's not all of these. Some of them we already did. She just didn't final approve yet. Well, when I go to review it, I'm going to try to pick one that I feel is going to work well. I open up what I'm trying to review. And this doesn't tell me much. It just shows me the fields. And then if this works right, I hit preview. Oh, that's just not it. Compare versions. I hit the wrong button. Compare versions. I'm sorry. That preview is going to bring up the catalog page. The compare versions brings up a separate page, and you'll see in red what was changed. So this is much better than working on the Word documents where we were guessing what was changed. But here it's blatant. It shows you what was entered.
Does it show that the learning, the learning outcomes are in the syllabus? Does it work for the syllabus too?
Yeah, this works the same way as, this will work the same for curriculum, course form, master syllabus, or sectional. It'll work the same way for all of them. Now, some of it doesn't mean that it was revised, but it was like, this was a blank field, and then she had to enter it. What I still do as a reviewer is I read the rationale, is the first thing I do, and then I'm going to make sure that what's stated in the rationale is reflective in what was changed. So this none of the program learning outcomes were changed. I'm reading what was changed here. It was changed from 2 to 3 LAGs, 2 to 3 credit hours. One course was updated from 2 to 3 credit hours, and it did actually change it from 15 to 16 credit hours for the curriculum. So that's how I review it. I think it's easier than what we were doing. Let's see if we could do.
So it'll update the degree, will update to reflect the changes made by the course?
That preview? That compare version?
If I change the course, credit hours, the degree, the course is attached to it, the certificate is attached.
It should.
We'll read, okay.
It should.
It should.
We're checking on making sure it
That's
does.
right.
But it won't show right away until it's final approved.
Right, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
And then it should. Now, I did one of these last semester with Health 104, it changed from 2 to 3, and in most places it did reflect it, but there was one that I had to update manually. So then what I would say, like with your change, just check and make sure that that course and every curriculum it was in did change.
Yeah.
And then just maintain communication with Susie. We will get it to work that way eventually. We just got to make sure nothing falls through, or we miss one curriculum that it didn't update.
So when you're making those changes like that, and you're actually changing the credit hour numbers, and we already have that certain programs are 60 credit hours, but if that went from 2 to 3, so now that program is 61, that is now updated to reflect that this program needs 61 credit hours.
Are you asking me if it will?
Right, so this one changed from 60 to 61. I understand in the catalog for reviewing the program is going to say 61. But if we have language in, for example, the first 40 pages that says 60, that's not reflect, it doesn't talk to that, right?
No. But they should say 60 or in certain cases higher than that because there's automotive, there's other programs that have more than 60 and health careers.
Yeah, I'm saying,
Accreditation.
right, so I'll go back to look at those, that's what I'm concerned about.
First sentence.
Mhm. And this, when we make changes in here, is this also reflective of colleague?
Yes.
Yes, so this talks to colleague?
No.
Colleagues being replaced by this.
No, colleagues not being replaced, that's web advisor.
I have to go in and update colleague.
Oh, so you still have to manually go in and update?
It was supposed to talk, that was another promise.
Okay, because I'm like, I know colleague then talks to self-service, which is then what we use to say this many credit hours. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna come back here real quick. We're just about in an hour now, but when I'm reviewing this form, regardless of what it is, I do the compare version, if it's a syllabus or a curriculum. I see what I see, okay, I want to make a change. You have to go to that primary page and add a comment when it works. You're going to type your comment, it does not work right now, and then click add a comment and it'll show up on the audit trail. Okay, and I just want to show you a few other things. Hopefully the add a comment will work soon.
It worked for me.
So I just noticed, and maybe it's working out. It looks like Joanna actually made a comment.
Yeah,
So,
I made a comment on something.
okay, it might be working now.
Yeah.
We
it
can
was
double
working
check.
on the course
Okay.
revision form, because you had said, like, make sure that you update the curriculum, and I said, yes, I'm gonna update all those pathways that have this course embedded within it, yeah.
It might be working because it does look like Joanna made a comment too, but I'll check on that when I get to my computer. If we're on this middle part here, right, the new forms are on the top, we're on the middle part here, we have our curriculum dashboard. The My Items should be items that you as a submitter put in the system. And I'm going to have Susie comment on the archive proposals, but those are, she has to remind me all the time. Archive proposals are already finally approved. Done, already voted on and approved. Okay.
Or the changes for the CLOs and the instructions.
Right. Or the new copy and updated ones. Okay. So that's where you're going to see it here. And we're working through the workflow right now. As you can see, when you're in the system, you can see where it's at in the workflow. So for ECE 146, the dean already approved that. Okay. She just walked out. Otherwise, I would have asked her.
There she is.
Were you able to see and approve ECE? No. Then who approved it?
I don't know.
Did you approve it, Susie? No. As a dean?
Because
Because it shows that the dean approved and it's now at the curriculum office.
Well, remember there was like an issue with like getting it past the chair? It was like stuck in like what I call watermark purgatory. Like it wouldn't go to the the dean stage.
So
maybe something happened.
Right. Yeah. My big concern coming in here today was two things: the add a comment and the roles.
Yeah.
So Susie has to untangle who gets what role to access specific forms. And this is a huge problem. Because if you can't access your forms, this isn't going to work.
Yeah.
Now, barring the one solution being make everybody an administrator, because I have no problem working the system at all. I can get to everything, but we don't want to do that right now. I'm thinking, I'm suggesting maybe let the dean do that right now, because then they can see everything and just promise they're not going to delete stuff that they're not supposed to. But at least they could look at everything college-wide. And they could then at that point make revisions even and save and submit. Because she's got to untangle the web of how many roles are there? Is it more than 50 roles, Susie?
I'm counting.
More than 50. So we told Watermark, this is how we want the system to operate. And they somehow came up with like 50 different roles, and I'm estimating and saying, you need to assign whatever you want, you to do. We got to assign you 10 different roles to do that. And if she only assigns 9, then you can't do that one other role.
Every course and every prefect every program, that's the.
So maybe Sarah can help us untangle that web too, because I've almost given up. Because the only way you could do that, the only way you could assign roles and take them away, I can't. It's through the catalog, and I don't access the catalog ever, nor will I. So she's the only one that could put roles or take roles.
And that's what we, that's why I contacted you. We were kind
Right.
of stuck. They were just like literally stuck at
Yeah.
the chair, and Angela's our chair now. But
Right.
she didn't have them either. Like, I didn't have them, she didn't have them.
Now, me as an administrator, I could do everything, anything I want.
Yeah.
And I mean, I suggest, Susie and Sarah want to chime in, at least letting the deans get administrator at this point. But you gotta promise not to delete something you're not supposed to delete.
My question is, what is the flow? So on the workflow, what is the flow from who to who? So at what point do I get it as the dean?
Okay.
And then where does it go after
So
me?
we do have a sheet in our curriculum handbook, which we're gonna be updating hopefully in the summer, once this works properly. And the workflow is there, but it's submitter to department chair to dean.
Okay.
Dean sends to curriculum.
It's almost easier if I do it.
Then the curriculum gets reviewed from CCC and TRC. Then it comes to the meeting to vote. It goes to agenda planning, comes to meeting vote. We vote, then it goes to Senate, then it goes to board, then it goes, the items needed to go to state.
Okay, so I'm looking at ECE 146.
Yes. Can you send it?
Where it says curriculum and assessment
Yeah. it should be-
assistant.
That's the curriculum office.
So that hasn't gone through the flow to get to me yet?
No, yeah, it did.
It came back, I had to send it back to the submitter in order to approve it to go forward, because we couldn't get it to move forward for some reason.
But I have not approved it yet.
Who approved it, Susie?
For the dean?
Yeah, I didn't approve it for the dean.
See, the 2 days back.
Uh-huh.
I got it.
The last I checked was a day or two ago, and it was at dean level.
Yeah.
Right, it was at
Yeah, I
dean level
remember seeing
yesterday
it.
when I was
Yeah.
trying to, remember you on, I was on the phone with
I remember
Susan
everything was at dean level, which made me very happy because it was.
So I don't know how it got.
And I can't, so when I log in, it tells me I can't log in. And so I have nothing to show me, there's nothing for me to push to say submit or approve.
Right.
So as of yesterday, it still said D.
How did it get to, do you know
I will check.
how it got to curriculum?
All of
So
yours said D.
here's my 3 concerns now. I think one of them are gone. I came in with 2, but now I have 3.
Sorry.
Add a comment. This is what we're working on currently. Add a comment, getting people the roles they need, which is the most important thing. Getting people the roles they need to access and use the system. Once we get you to access and use the system, like I can't even log in on this computer for some reason. Once you can log in, consistently on any computer you want to work, and once you have the roles, it does work good. But that's a huge problem. And we've told that, and I said to Susie, then we have to meet with Watermark. Sarah, Susie, and I can meet with Watermark because we have to get these roles done this semester. We have to get them so people can use it. Otherwise, there's no point in having it if people can't use it.
I'm doing, well, the deans, I believe, have all the roles. If you're having a problem, do not let me know.
Yeah, so if you go to page 2, like, so I can show you. So go to page 2.
Yeah.
You see all the early childhood. That list plus the ECD 146 all said Dean yesterday.
Can you see these?
Okay.
I can't.
You just can't log in.
I'm gonna click on one of them. When I click on it, I get a thing that says, please log in to access the proposal. I click OK for it to go away. Where am I now supposed to see something for me to do something?
It should be curriculum dashboard.
It should be.
I'm in curriculum dashboard.
And you don't see them anymore?
So can you click on one of those and tell me what I'm supposed to see? See, I get that. So then I look at this, and then how do I prove it?
Well, then you could compare versions,
see
what was changed.
Yes.
How do you prove it? There should be a button up here.
No. But are you logged in?
No.
It won't let me log in.
So I don't know what's going on with this login because.
I'm confused, so you need to see how this would have to be logged in.
No, she's logging into the.
Sarah, you're gonna save the day, right? She's over here shaking her head like, oh my God, what did I get myself into? I have no idea why you guys aren't being able to log in because, and I see the issue myself on this computer because my laptop, my work computer at home, my work computer here, I'm in, boom. I can do everything I want to do. But we gotta get everybody to that point.
I mean, we are able to log in from, we're able to see all this, but not able to do anything else.
As long as they can't work.
No.
Right, exactly.
This has never happened to me before.
So when you say she's supposed to be able to see something, she sees that audit trails.
Right, and there's an approve button.
Where would the approve button be?
Well, it would be,
Like right there.
Right there.
It would be on the left.
because you're not logged in.
Mine looks exactly
Yeah.
like that.
Because I don't think you're logged in. Because I'm not logged in, that's why I don't see an approve
Oh,
button
it
right now.
says that I have to log in to get to the proposal, but when I click login, it tells me to put that I have the wrong password, username, password.
Yeah.
And I clear my case, my cache.
We'll get it. We'll send Watermark support an email saying, why are we not able to do this?
Okay, regarding login.
Yeah.
I don't know how your login is, but
I'm in the portal.
Are you logged in right now?
I am.
Do you see an approve
Only-
button
Well,
as a department chair?
well,
Can you approve it?
I'm not, I have an approve button, I got an approve button on mine. The only thing that I've learned regarding login, because mine wasn't working, was I had to go, the way I did it for myself, is I do it either from the My Triton portal,
I'm in the portal.
or I do it inside Blackboard. Otherwise, I couldn't make it work at all.
So, well, I'm in the portal, so I'm already logged into
Yeah.
the portal. So as a
And when you
single sign,
click on the,
it tells me I'm not logged in.
So
And
who
when I
can
click
help
on
us?
login, it tells me
I don't know
that
who can help us.
it's my
Watermark? I mean,
username and password.
I don't know if Watermark or our IT
What do you
department
put
can
in
help
as
us.
your username?
One of the two's gotta figure this out.
My
Email.
my email.
the whole
Not the
thing?
whole, no. I've tried both and it doesn't work.
Okay, so we know the problem exists, we're gonna cut it off here, we know it
Yeah.
exists for multiple people,
Yeah, yeah.
including me on this computer. We have to talk to Watermark and our IT, and they could communicate together, because I'm not an IT expert, I don't have the solution.
It's supposed to be a single.
But they have to work together to figure this out quickly.
Yeah, because they don't sign in together. That I learned the hard way. 'Cause I was that's why I kept telling you.
So, I mean, we can email Watermark support and tell our IT department what's going on, and they have to figure this out, because I can't.
Maybe like you're saying, when you're using this from your computer or one computer trusted, so they kind of like allow you all the time because it's kind of.
So maybe like you said, maybe I'm logged in at home and I don't even know it
Yeah.
right now. 'Cause I maybe I'm working last night and didn't log out of it.
I was only logged into my computer at my desk. I've never logged in on this one.
Yeah.
The one on your desk works? Doesn't even work on your desk. Okay. Well, I don't have the solution, but we know what the problem is.
I got a little time.
Because I tried my desktop too, and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna end that conversation. I understand the problem. Does anybody else have any quick questions before we finish up?
Very quick. If something that didn't allow me to open, I will move on and fill in the information. So that's what I do.
Okay.
So that's fine.
Is it allowing you to save it?
I didn't try yet. Because I didn't-
If it's not allowing you to save it, then stop working.
I mean, sometimes it doesn't allow me.
Ain't I a good chair?
I don't get allowed to all the button to open. I don't maybe have the privilege to this stuff. So it could be something like.
Yeah. Well, we're working on those roles. We're working on the roles. And again, barring making everybody an administrator, I don't think that we want to go that route. But I do recommend making the dean's one right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. I've about had it for today with Watermark. Know that we are progressing. I don't even know if anybody's left here. 5 lonely people are left in the meeting. I'm going to adjourn the meeting. Can we have a vote to adjourn? Because I don't even know if we have enough people to vote, but we're going to adjourn the meeting. Thank you. Thank you, Michael, for sticking around. There's 3 people online.
He had a pizza delivered. Enjoy the book.
Thank you. I'm going to close the recording now.